Hello guys, and welcome back to another analysis in our video. As today we delve into the tactical analysis that saw Liverpool host PSG at Anfield this week. This weekday as they were playing for the quarterfinals round of 16. A game in which PSG managed to win 1-0, but there were some intricate tactics that both managers used, as we are going to try and look into in this video today. Ousmane Dembele was probably the star of the match, getting the winning goal and seeing PSG qualify to the round of 8 and PSG being in a strong position as now they will most likely face Aston Villa. But what tactics did Luis Enrique use at Anfield, knowing how the history of Anfield and how tough it is? Before we start our analysis, do not forget to like, share, subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Let's start. So the way Liverpool played and the way PSG played can heavily be determined by the way PSG had the ball, and we can see how Liverpool tried to counter it and as well how PSG tried to maneuver Liverpool's intense pressure. Now PSG attempted to play from the back under Luis Enrique. That's what they normally do, by dropping both of their centre backs deeper. And once they have dropped both of their centre backs deeper, they also spread their full backs wide as they try to create that line of 5, 3 players deeper, and the width being generated by the full backs. Now Liverpool played with an aggressive high press as they tried to limit PSG's opportunity from the get-go and tried to impose themselves since they were home. Liverpool took up the 4-2-4 structure that they have been successful with in the Premier League as they tried to play quite narrow and tried to force PSG to go long. Now this created a lot of problems for PSG in that Jota will look to try and cut the passing lane from one side while applying pressure to Donnarumma and forcing Donnarumma to pick a side. And most of the time he forced Donnarumma to play down the left, where Szoboszlai would spring out and look to press the centre back aggressively. Now you can see from this clip here, look at how Diogo Jota is looking to apply a lot of pressure on Pacho, and Pacho now is forced to play the ball to Mendes as Salah is ready to spring out. Szoboszlai and McAllister are picking the pivots while Gravenberch is playing slightly deeper. The main reason why Liverpool were trying to do this is to try to go man to man and ensure they deny PSG any space on the ball and force PSG to go long. Now, to some extent, Liverpool was successful in that they managed to win the ball many times from PSG. And one way Liverpool did this was by pushing Mo Salah to press Mendes aggressively, while Gravenberch and Szoboszlai cutting the passing lanes through the middle. And even when the Crasvella was trying to drop deep to receive the ball directly from Mendes, what we will notice is that Liverpool's fullbacks were so aggressive, looking to step from the defensive line and looking to push and try and apply pressure onto the wingers. You can see from this clip here, you can see Mendes has the ball, Salah is applying pressure on him, Gravenberch is looking to pick up the midfielder Ruiz, and the winger is trying to drop deep, but Trent Alexander-Arnold is closely tight on him. This made Liverpool's backline to stretch and actually move into something more like a pseudo back three, as they were trying to limit that by covering those wide areas, because when the fullbacks step out, there's a gaping space left in behind. And this would allow Liverpool to win the ball in dangerous positions where they would be able to transition. But Luis Enrique, being a very intelligent manager, knew that there is a way to capitalize on this, as he identified that space in behind Liverpool's fullback, and then he decided to have one of his midfielders push into that position. It's initially pushing both midfielders so that they can overload Gravenberch, and Gravenberch couldn't track one of them. And once this happened, Ruiz will be making that run with Mendes looking to play balls over the top, and sometimes Ruiz will find himself in a 1v1 situation with Ibrahima Konate. You can see here Liverpool are going man to man. You can see the position that the winger is picking. The winger drops deep. Look at Ruiz. Instead of staying in midfield, is looking to try and run and occupy the space that Trent has left in behind. Because of these constant balls over the top, it made Liverpool sometimes to drop their lines deeper in that if they did play this high aggressive highline, then the pace of Dembele and Barcola will create a lot of problems for them, especially for those off the run movements. Though sometimes Konate, being a very athletic centre back, was able to shift across and cover, sometimes win the ball and play the ball to Gravenberch, and actually put Liverpool in positions where Liverpool could change an attacking situation into a counter-attacking situation. Virgil van Dijk was instrumental for Liverpool being the sweeper in behind, but this was also a disadvantage to him, in that Dembele will drop so deep, especially when Liverpool were applying pressure, so that he can create that passing option for Mendes. And this will be so difficult for Virgil to drop deep to pick him. Why is it? Mendes has the ball, Salah is applying pressure, Mendes can spot that space in behind Liverpool's front and midfield lines. Mendes plays the ball onto Dembele, who has dropped deep, because Virgil could not drop with Dembele, because Dembele would play the ball back to the midfielder and make a run, and that would put him one-on-one in goal. And if even he tried it, the wingers will just make diagonal runs, and that is going to create problems for Liverpool. So Virgil van Dijk did not see the need of dropping deep. And this is what actually caused the first goal for PSG. Dembele can spot the space as Virgil van Dijk is not tight to him. As you can see, even Konate is trying to shift to cover Ruiz. Mendes plays the ball onto Dembele. Dembele has a lot of time and space to turn and make a run with the ball. Barcola is making a run, Ruiz is making a run, and now Dembele is finding himself in a position where he can play a simple pass to Barcola and continue to make that run and probably receive a cross where he could score. And that's what actually PSG did. And when the right winger got the ball, made a very good run together with Ruiz, who was looking to make that cutback, and the left winger who was looking to join in the run. That's how PSG found themselves earlier on in the game in a very good position, as they were able to exploit that space. You can see here, Barcola has that space. He's able to attempt to play the ball through the middle for Dembele, but the ball is not played in the middle as Virgil van Dijk Konate is able to shift across and cut, but there is space in front of goal for a cutback. And now it's the number 7 who's supposed to stand there, and he attempts a shot which goes out wide. If he gets that ball in a very good position, then probably Liverpool go 2-0 down. Now, because of PSG's intelligent movement when they had possession, this created a lot of problems for Liverpool in the initial phases of the game, because Liverpool are a high pressing team and they wanted to stamp their authority against PSG when they were at home. So Liverpool decided to drop into that mid 4-2-4 block that they like to play, and PSG decided to move into something like a 3-3-4 structure, with Hakimi playing wider, the two midfielders, Mendes tucking in, and Dembele playing as a number 9. As this system allowed them to create overload in midfield, especially with Dembele also dropping deep alongside Ruiz, as they were trying to create that front four with two false nines, as they wanted to overload that Liverpool's midfield. Now Liverpool shifted into a front 3, and each of the attackers were looking to go man to man with PSG's backline. And to some extent, Liverpool were very clever and very successful in what they did, because they would apply maximum pressure on PSG and force their centre-backs from attempting anything that could make Liverpool find themselves problem. Now, what Liverpool are trying to do is to go and deny them that space, but because of Hakimi's position, this created problems, especially down the right. Because Hakimi was not inverting and rather was playing like a wing back, this allowed PSG to have that box in the wide areas where they could manipulate Liverpool badly, especially with Dembele also dropping deep, Barcola holding his width. And now Liverpool will transition from a position where Robertson would press Hakimi to now a position where Virgil van Dijk was now being overloaded. You can see from this clip, Marquinhos plays the ball onto the midfielder plays the ball onto Hakimi, Robertson steps out to press, and you can see Dembele is now coming short, ready to receive the ball. Dembele receives the ball, plays the ball back to Barcola, and then continues to make that run. Now, Liverpool are in a very dangerous position, because now Hakimi is making that run, and now Virgil van Dijk is attempting to stop that ball. The ball gets slipped into Barcola, and now PSG are in Liverpool's stand. What about when Liverpool had the ball? Because when Liverpool also had the ball, they had some interesting tactical systems. And I'm going to try and explain to you some of the tactics that Liverpool also tried to display when they had possession. Now, Liverpool, PSG, unlike Liverpool, was not so aggressive, but they were so aggressive when Liverpool transitioned to the mid block. So PSG will press in a 4-3-3 structure, using their front three as the ones who are to look to press. Liverpool on this other side will look to stretch them by trying to have Alisson Becker play as an extra centre back and pushing Trent Alexander-Arnold in a similar position that Hakimi was occupying. And Trent Alexander-Arnold was actually looking like a more of an outlet, or sometimes they could even shift with Salah, as Salah would also stay wide and the ball would come directly to Salah. Salah sometimes will have that 1-2 with Trent, where he gets the ball and then Trent looks to make that run in that half space position, with Salah looking to play that ball onto Trent Alexander-Arnold. But because Liverpool dominated the ball majority of the times, when Liverpool had possession, it was very interesting how they did it. Because only Dembele was the front three player, Liverpool did not see the need of having a back three, but rather having a back two, since they outnumbered the winger, and Gravenberch being deeper, McAllister pushing into the half space, and Virgil van Dijk being so adventurous, looking to try and pick Salah as a result of Szoboszlai occupying the right half space and drawing Mendes in, trying to get Salah 1v1 with Mendes. But credit goes to Mendes, who was able to stop Salah, win majority of those duels, and actually put PSG in a position where they will transition. You can see here in this clip, look at the space that Salah is getting in the far post, and look at the position that Alex McAllister is occupying, further solidifying my claim. Here again, you can see Salah is having that opportunity, but now Salah is able to be stopped as the opposition is able to make some stuff. Salah will position himself in very dangerous situations. Trent Alexander-Arnold will also use his excellent passing range, looking to try and even find Luis Diaz, who was making runs in behind. The main aim of Liverpool was to try and find themselves in a position where they were creating overloads in the far post. They did it down the right and also down the left, where sometimes Jota also found himself in very good positions. Overall, what we can say, it was a game where two goalkeepers were just outstanding. Alisson was outstanding, Donnarumma was outstanding. That's why even the XG does not support the scoreline. But PSG progressed. PSG looked like the better team in both legs, and now Liverpool are out of the Champions League. What do you think? Leave your comments in the comment section area below, and thanks for watching.